To remain competitive, organizations need to develop continuously innovative and high-quality products and services, and to renew the way they operate, based on the continuous ability of its employees to innovate. For those who may be concerned about major changes, that is not necessarily what has to happen to make improvements. The main innovative potential lies in making small incremental innovations, which is what occupies 80% of the type of innovations produced in today's market. Let's review some key information tidbits you can use to spur creativity in your organizations. There are 5 key points I'd like to present, and the topics are shown here in this review. In this era of modernization, technological advancements, and changing markets, the increased use of creativity and innovation is not just a popular topic, but a necessary focus. To be creative, your team needs to be open and pushed to learn new ideals. Having an organizational learning culture means you'll promote continuous and effective learning in the organization and enhance its capacity through learning. In a learning organization, workers are continuously discovering how they can create their reality and also how they can change it. This new culture will result in the enhancement of your organizational abilities and the improvement of performance levels through effective management and the application of creative knowledge. The transformational leadership approach will help your organization move forward. It is defined as a reinforcing process between leader and the follower, elevating them to higher planes of motivation and morality. This style of leadership helps generate positive change or transform organizations through mutual engagement of both leaders and employees. There are 4 components to this style of leadership: idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individualized consideration. Each component is essentially focused on a different aspect of the ways leaders can help their followers achieve higher levels of performance. Combining a learning culture and transformational leadership will enable your organization to be skilled at creating, acquiring, and transferring knowledge, and therefore modify behavior to reflect knowledge and insight into the future. Further, the new culture will create group creativity and enhance your team's ability to serve customers in new and productive ways. Before you embark on your new culture of learning and transforming your organization, you want to make sure you have a clear understanding of exactly what you're trying to accomplish, have specific goals and timelines in place, and evaluate specific metrics you want to monitor. Having monitoring tools in place to track implementation of your new creative ideals should be accomplished to help gain that new competitive advantage you're seeking. I recommend devising a cross-functional team to create both a balanced scorecard and dashboards. These are great tools which will help the oversight of big picture items, as well as to help the employees at ground level track implemental portions of the process that they are in control of. By involving your mid-level managers and a variety of stakeholders, you'll ensure your tools are well-rounded and bring out the critical issues that will help improve your processes. Since many have a cultural mindset of monitoring tools that are only in place to control employees in the process, you want to take actions as well as to help create the mindset to one in which employees see the tools as helpful to them and succeeding and the organization excelling to new heights of competitive advantage. Some steps that you can take that may change that mindset include the following. One would be to communicate the purpose and expected process for use of the scorecard and dashboard. Educate and socialize the use of both to help the stakeholders understand the elements and how they can help the whole team. Second would be demonstrate how committed senior management is to navigating the successful implementation of the scorecard and dashboard. Leaders need to refer and invoke use of both routinely so it becomes of the expected culture of the organization. 3 would be to democratize access to both tools so all employees know what's going on and can better understand their role in improving the dashboard and scorecard tracked metrics. And 4 would be to establish a shared language and vocabulary about the strategic metrics and targets contained on both tools. This will help break down barriers and unify stakeholders. Leaders must gain an understanding of how perceived organizational support for creativity and self-efficacy link directly to individual creativity levels in the organization. Leaders must possess knowledge of and help generation of creative self-efficacy in their team members. This term is described as the subjective belief in one's personal ability to be creative, or otherwise a personal assessment of one's own creative potential. A person having a strong internal belief in their ability to successfully engage in creative behaviors is key in the creative process and having a high level of self-efficacy. Leaders must gain the ability, if not already possessed, to build self-confidence in their team members. Doing this will aid individuals in perceiving opportunities to be creative and be more apt to apply their natural creative abilities. Leaders must also be able to build an atmosphere in which their team members perceive a sense of organizational support for creativity. Treating your employees right will most likely suggest they will be more apt to respond in ways that will aid their organization and employer. Regarding creativity, leaders can build the environmental support for creativity by being more democratic and collaborative, maintain more organic structures opposed to mechanistic, and give praise to the diversity of individuals on the team, and providing training that focuses on the idea of generation, problem-solving skills that are needed for creativity. Notice the included diagram reflects how you can create self-efficacy and support creativity. The combination will be individual creativity, and you will have also noticed there's another requirement in the chart above, and that's leadership development. Leadership development is a key important in unlocking idle creative potential and enhancing overall organizational effectiveness. As defined by Houghton, leadership development is the process of expanding the capacity of individuals to assume leadership roles and to engage effectively in leadership processes. All too often, executives have viewed leadership development as an unnecessary luxury and have been more focused on the bottom line and short-term results. You cannot afford to make this mistake and must recognize as a critical success factor that it is for the long-term effectiveness of your organization. Ensure all of your team members attend leadership and professional development courses as soon as possible. I also suggest you hold in-house training sections on how to lead a creative team with all supervisors and section managers, guide certain experiences for employees, provide 360 feedback, coaching, mentoring, and assigning specific job assignments to help build team members. Linking creativity with an increase in performance is accomplished by an organization having the propensity to take action on the ideas. Action orientation is defined as individuals being able to make decisions and implement their cognitions, emotions, and behaviors in order to complete specific business-related goals. While creativity is a proactive pursuit of new ideas, action orientation is a pursuit of proactive initiatives that can enact the changes proposed by the creativity. Action orientation is extremely important because it encompasses the ability to take risk and action to implement change. If change cannot be implemented, having creativity will be moot. Reference the diagram, which gives you a visual of how creativity is linked to organizational performance via action orientation. Every innovation starts with an initial creative idea, but that idea needs a support system to expand it and take it to the next level. Along with the organizational leaders, mid-level managers must also help to create an environment of trust where everyone feels free and interested in contributing to the organization's success. Managers can help this endeavor by being supportive leaders of creativity, support incentives to knowledge creation, and of group processes of fostering creativity. Mid-level managers must lead by example to gain commitment from their staff, who will in turn propose new ways to improve the work and business processes. For those who have staff that are concerned about the amount of time creativity can take, consider creative problem-solving method that can help in that regard. For example, the creative problem-solving 4-step method, as shown in this slide, is known for cutting more than half of the time in team meetings. This method focuses the team on the action plan, includes reflection on how to develop the execution, and the different steps and goals, management control measures, acceptance of communication tasks. Further, this approach provides an initial structuring of the group during the listing of problems included in the objective, followed by an emotional linkage between the members during the convergent phase of problem solving. Utilizing this approach will help managers feel better about the amount of time being focused on creativity and help their team develop creative ways of balancing problem definition with task implementation. The information presented today should give you a good start on beginning a creativity endeavor in your organization, but you can also look at the listed references for further guidance. Thank you for your time today.